Hello guys and welcome back to another video. As most of you already know, I am the Light Up Tutor, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. And also something you might not know if you are new is that all of this content is taken directly from the Light Up Hub. Now, I've got something to let you guys know. You can now put your email in to get notified about the launch and all the information about the Light Up Hub. It will be in the description below. You're not going to want to miss this. Okay, so today we're going to do a full summary of the entirety of Macbeth. We're going to be going through all the different acts, what goes on, and so you're super clear about the plot. Okay, so let's get ready. So get your pen, get relaxed, and let's start revising. Okay, Macbeth in Act 1. So we meet the three witches, they're plotting their malevolent scheme. And then we see that King Duncan awards Macbeth the title of the Thane of Cawdor. He doesn't know this yet, because of his good efforts in battle. Then Macbeth and Banquo, who's like Macbeth's bestie, are walking along the field and they come across the three witches. Now the three witches gives them some prophecies, so they're predictions. They give the prophecy to Macbeth that he will be Thane of Cawdor. We can see why this is going to go wrong. And also the King of Scotland. They tell Banquo that he is father to one of the people who will become kings. Then after the encounter with the three witches, Macbeth is then given his title of Thane of Cawdor. So he now thinks the prophecies are correct and that he's going to become King of Scotland. Now Lady Macbeth receives a letter from Macbeth explaining about the witches' prophecies and him becoming Thane of Cawdor. So then she gets it in her head that she is going to become the Queen of Scotland and therefore they will have to kill the king. So Lady Macbeth tries to convince her husband Macbeth to commit regicide, which is killing of the king, and for them to kill Duncan. He is very hesitant at first, but she uses all of her persuasive powers to try and persuade him. She uses emasculation, so using his masculinity against him, as her favourite tool to try and convince him. At the end, we see Macbeth, he's very torn with what to do, and we're not too sure at the end of Act 1 if he's going to do it. Act 2. So Banquo comes to Macbeth and they start speaking about the witches' prophecies, and Banquo almost feels guilty and quite nervous about them, and Macbeth pretends he hasn't thought about them, which of course is a lie. Then Macbeth sees a hallucination of the dagger. This is before he's about to commit regicide, and he starts hallucinating, showing that manifestation of his guilt already. Then he goes and he kills King Duncan, but because he's in such a panic and a rush, he forgets to leave the daggers there with the murder. So he brings them back to Lady Macbeth. Then Lady Macbeth, thinking quick on her feet, goes back to the murder scene and smears the bloods that they've drugged with the blood from the daggers to plant it as them. Then everybody finds out about the murder of King Duncan. Everybody's shocked, everybody's completely heartbroken. So Macbeth, of course playing up to this, then goes and kills the guardsman in defense of the king and his reputation. Because of the murder, King Duncan's sons, Donalbain and Malcolm, flee the country in fear of their lives. Act 3. Banquo begins to become quite suspicious of Macbeth and his actions. Now Macbeth has got it in his head that he wants to kill Banquo because of course of the prophecy that basically one of his sons is going to become king. Macbeth gets assassins to kill Banquo and Fleance, his son, and Banquo is successfully murdered, but Fleance manages to escape. Now this is when Macbeth's real guilt kicks in and he starts showing this to other people. Macbeth holds a banquet, but at the banquet, he sees the ghost of Banquo and he begins to hallucinate in front of everybody in the banquet. Lady Macbeth excuses him and everybody leaves. Then right at the end of Act 3, Hecate, who is like the queen witch, is having a meeting with the other witches and talking about how they need to deceive Macbeth because Macbeth's ego has got too big. Act 4. Macbeth goes and meets the witches and they begin to tell him more prophecies. Of course, from what we know at the end of Act 3, they are there to deceive him. So they tell him that no man born of a woman can harm Macbeth. And they also tell him that he's going to be completely fine until Barnham Woods, which is like the woods in front of his castle, begins to move. So Macbeth comes out of that feeling absolutely indestructible, which of course is accelerating that plot of tragedy. Now, Macbeth is completely tyrannical, so a brutal leader at this point, and he begins to go on this tyrannical rampage of murder. He goes and gets Macduff's wife and their son murdered for almost no reason. Then there's a conversation between Malcolm, which of course was Duncan's son, and Macduff, whose wife's just been killed but he doesn't know this yet, and they are having a talk about Scotland and how it's under threat because of Macbeth. And then Malcolm decides to be a little bit sneaky and starts to confess his sins to Macduff, pretending to see what Macduff's reaction would be. And Macduff's reaction was very loyal to Scotland, so he tells him that he was just pretending, and they begin to plot together to bring Macbeth down. Now in Act 5 is when we see the real downfall of Lady Macbeth. She begins to sleepwalk, she sees these spots on her hands, and she's completely in a hallucinogenic state and has no semblance of sanity left. Then Malcolm and Macduff begin charging towards Macbeth's castle, but with the trees they cut from Barnham Woods, so it looks like the woods are moving towards Macbeth. He now begins to see that he has been deceived by the witches. Macbeth hears about Lady Macbeth's tragic death and begins to contemplate about the meaning of life and the meaning of why he did this all. Then, in the final scene, Macbeth and Macduff are in battle. Macduff then reveals he was not born of a woman, plot twist, because he was actually born of a cesarean. So he was like cut open, he was not actually born in the natural way. Macbeth still does not want to give up and does not want to accept defeat, but Macduff ends up winning and beheads Macbeth. Then right at the end, Malcolm becomes the King of Scotland, because of course he is the rightful king because he is the son of King Duncan, and then order and peace is restored in Scotland. Okay guys, that was a summary of the whole of Macbeth. And I know a lot of you struggle with Macbeth because there's a lot of different characters and it's quite an intricate plot, but hopefully this makes a lot of sense. You can carry on rewatching this just so it sinks in, because once you understand the plot, you'll be able to go that bit deeper with your analysis. And remember, make sure you put your email in the description below so you'll be the first to find out about any notifications about the Light Up Hub. Make sure as well, guys, to subscribe, like, comment, and put the little bell notification so you never miss a video. Have the best day, guys, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.